I am making this announcement in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, laws of the state of New Jersey. The Borough Clerk has prepared a schedule of the meetings of the governing body of the Borough of Kenilworth for the year 2020. The Borough Clerk has posted a true copy of the schedule on the bulletin board located at the front entrance of Borough Hall, and has mailed true copies of this schedule to the local source, the Star Ledger, and the Home News Tribune, and is maintaining a copy of the schedule in her office during the year 2020. In light of the public health emergency caused by coronavirus, the Mayor and Borough Council meetings, the Council will continue to meet on their regular scheduled meeting dates. Please note the time for the work session has been changed to a new commencement time of 6 p.m. The regular council meeting will continue to commence as soon as possible after the work session. Accordingly, the notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied in regards to this meeting. Please stand for the salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Cesari. Here. Councilman Clementi.
Here.
Councilman David.
Here.
Councilman Demondo.
Here.
Councilman Lopez.
Here.
And Councilman Ladati is excused.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes of the regular council meeting of September 9, 2020?
Motion. Second.
Motion made by Councilman David, seconded by Councilman Demondo. All in favor?
Aye.
Various advisories were received from the New Jersey League of Municipalities. Kenilworth Girl Scout Troop 40460 submitted a bronze project proposal for consideration, and Mr. Robert Moldenhauer sent a letter of appreciation for the proclamation honoring VJ Day and his service during World War II.
Okay, is there a motion to accept communications and reports?
Motion. Second.
Motion made by Councilman David, seconded by Councilwoman Cesari. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Just a reminder that our next council meeting is Wednesday, December 9th. Kenilworth currently has 38 new cases of COVID-19 in the past 30 days, with a total of 211 cases. The cases are spiking, especially in October in our borough. Please be mindful of that. And I'd like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. This is a great time for all of us to pause and be grateful for all the blessings in our life. It is also a time of reflection on our past and the ways we can grow and help others in the future. I'm grateful to everyone in our small borough who steps up and contributes their skills, time, and energy to help our neighbors and our community. We are strong because of our connection to each other. We have a very special young lady in our community, Grace Devlin, who continues to be an inspiration to me. She's always looking for ways to help others and is a positive role model in Kenilworth. She will be hosting her second annual Gracie D's Frozen Pie Collection, which will be held on November 19th at the Kenilworth Recreation Center. Grace will be collecting frozen pies and monetary donations to buy pies for Thanksgiving baskets distributed by the St. Teresa's Social Concerns Committee, helping those in Kenilworth and the surrounding area. I'd like to say that I am grateful to everyone sitting here today on this governing body. Your wisdom, contributions, commitment, and unselfish desire to serve our community is extraordinary. I would also like to send a special thanks and appreciation to everyone that supported our team. Although not official, I would like to congratulate Larry Clementi, Danny Lopez, and Louis Demondo. You all worked hard and ran a great campaign, and I'm grateful and honored to work with you. Kenilworth is better because you are here. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to read into the record a letter that was received. Dear Mayor and Council, please accept my sincere thanks for the mayoral proclamations commemorating the 75th anniversary of VJ Day and my service to this great union. I am very honored to have received these proclamations, which are currently framed and displayed in my den, well within the constant field of vision where I proudly point them out to visiting friends and family. Also, please extend my thanks to Michael Naya Jr. I truly appreciate his talent and devotion in authoring the concise history of my service during World War II. Again, many, many thanks to you and the Kenilworth community for remembering me and honoring me with these recognitions. Very truly yours, Robert F. Moldenhauer. Okay, thank you. I'd like to move on to the finance report. Councilman Lopez.
Thank you, Mayor. Finance Chairman report as of November 4th, 2020. Just a reminder that the fourth quarter property tax bill grace period ends November 10th. If you have not received your tax bill, please contact the Tax and Finance Office at 908-276-5800. Taxpayers can use the drop box located on the side door on 23rd Street, please enter 24/7 days a week. You can also pay by e-check and receive a $1.05 service fee credit against your next quarter of tax. Tax payments can also be made by credit card on the website kenilworthborough.com, but service fees will apply. Borough Hall will be closed on Wednesday, November 11th in recognition of Veterans Day. Please be advised that the filing deadline for 2019 senior freeze property tax reimbursement application has been extended to December 31st, 2020. The original deadline was November 2nd, 2020. If you have any questions, please call the property tax reimbursement hotline at 1-800-882-6597. The tax collector is preparing for her annual tax sale scheduled for December 8th at 10 a.m. Curbing assessment bills mailed in September will end its grace period on November 7th. Please be sure that payments are made before that date to avoid any interest. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Lopez. Department of Public Works, Councilman David.
Thank you, Mayor. The only thing I have is that the DPW started leaf collection as of November 2nd, and they will continue into December. So just rake the leaves out to the street, and they'll be picked up. That's it.
Thank you very much. Department of Public Safety, Councilman Clementi.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm in receipt of the October 2020 police report from the chief. There were 1,808 calls for service, 171 911 calls, and 89 summonses. Just a couple of things. On Mischief Night, October 30th, there was one incident where a vehicle was egged by an unknown actor or actors. Halloween, the Kenilworth Police Department was able to assist the Recreation Department for the trunk or treat that was held at Harding School. It was well attended and there was no issues. And Chief Zimmerman wants to extend a shout out to Kristen Boa for a job well done and a very well organized event. On November 1st, the Kenilworth Police Department assisted the Kenilworth Health Department with the annual rabies clinic at St. Teresa's parking lot, and that was very successful as well. The Kenilworth Police Department will once again participate in No Shave November campaign. That's a month-long journey where they forego shaving and grooming in order to evoke a conversation and raise cancer awareness. And Nails for November is an alternative for female employees wishing to participate as well. All the money raised benefits the St. Teresa Food Pantry here in town, and participation is voluntary. Donations may be made without participation. Members of the public are invited to show their support by making a donation. Checks and money orders made payable to Kenilworth PBA Local 135 will be accepted at the police desk anytime in November. No cash, unfortunately, can be accepted. And then the chief wanted to remind everyone that there's a Thanksgiving food drive at St. Teresa's, located in the parking lot. I'm sorry, it's at the municipal lot across the street here from the police station. Being sponsored by local Kenilworth PBA 135. It's on November 15th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And there's a list of items that they're looking for. I'm sure you can pick up a copy of the list at the clerk's desk. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Councilman Clementi. Planning and Zoning, Councilman Demondo.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have the construction report for the month of October. I'll read the following. Building fees were $9,428. Trust-state fees were $590. Miscellaneous fees were $2,220. Foreclosure fees were $1,500 for a total of $13,738. That is all.
Okay, thank you, Councilman Demondo. Recreation and Fire, Councilwoman Cesari.
Thank you, Mayor. The fire department, I received Chief Director's report for the month of October. Fire department responded to 37 calls. The rescue squad responded to 38 for a total of the whole month of 75 calls. So I have for fire. Recreation, I just want to again give a shout out to the rec. The job they did for the trunk or treat was really, it was a good thing. Social distancing, everybody stuck to the rules. They had to sign up in advance, nothing went wrong, which it was a really good turnout. People really volunteered their time and they gave it their all, and it made it special for the kids. So a shout out to the rec, Kristen, Pat, wonderful job. That's all I have, Mayor.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Councilwoman Cesari. Health, Education, and Human Services, Councilman Ladati is absent today. I believe Councilman Clementi has his report.
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, so Councilman Ladai wanted to report on health. There was a successful rabies clinic, and a report was submitted to the mayor on the state protocol for dining. Under the library, employee handbook reviewed by council attorney and Councilman Ladati and ready to be reviewed by the library board. He met with the director concerning roof and the grant involved with the roof. And also, he'll have Vincent Ganello call the director concerning solar energy for the building. For seniors, the box lunch program is underway and the bus is in operation. Kenilworth PBA will host the Thanksgiving food drive that I mentioned earlier on Saturday, November the 15th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And under education, teacher contract negotiations are beginning this month. The board had an initial meeting on next year's budget. State guidelines are that they plan 2021-2022 school year as if COVID is not a factor. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Councilman Clementi. Next for council consideration is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion made by Councilman David, seconded by Councilman Demondo. All in favor?
Aye.
Let the record show that resolution number 7 is being pulled from the consent agenda. Resolutions 1 to 8 are listed on the consent agenda and will be enacted by one motion. All items will be recorded individually in full in the minutes. Councilwoman Cesari?
Yes.
Councilman Clementi?
Yes.
Councilman David?
Yes.
Councilman Demondo?
Yes.
Councilman Lopez?
Yes.
And Councilman Ladati is excused. I also have an ordinance this evening for introduction, 2020-10, an ordinance authorizing an emergency appropriation in accordance with NJSA 48:5-53, COVID-19 special emergency.
Okay, the purpose of this ordinance is to permit the borough to defer revenues lost due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Is there a motion to approve the ordinance for introduction?
Motion. Second.
Motion made by Councilman David, seconded by Councilman Demondo. All in favor?
Be it hereby resolved that the ordinance 2020-10 entitled an ordinance authorizing an emergency appropriation in accordance with NJSA 48:5-53 COVID-19 special emergency heretofore introduced does now pass on first reading, and that said ordinance be further considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on December 9, 2020 at 7 p.m. or as soon as thereafter as the matter can be reached at the regular meeting place of the Borough Council, and that at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance, and that the Borough Clerk is hereby authorized and directed to publish said ordinance in accordance with law. Councilwoman Cesari?
Yes.
Councilman Clementi?
Yes.
Councilman David?
Yes.
Councilman Demondo?
Yes.
Councilman Lopez?
Yes.
And Councilman Ladati is excused.
Okay, I have two proclamations this evening. The first is for Lieutenant Roger Allcroft Day, and the second is honoring Veterans Day. I'm going to read the First Lieutenant Roger Allcroft Day proclamation first. Whereas Roger DeWitt Allcroft spent many of his youthful years in Kenilworth in the 1930s and the 1940s, living with his father and mother, James W. Allcroft Sr. and Cecile Allcroft, and his brothers and sisters, first at 626 Bloomingdale Avenue and later at 572 Fairfield Avenue. Whereas Roger DeWitt Allcroft graduated from Harding School in 1938 and Jonathan Dayton Regional High School in Springfield, New Jersey in 1942, where he excelled in academics and athletics, as presented in part by him being inducted into the National Honor Society and becoming a New Jersey state wrestling champion. And whereas Roger DeWitt, Allcroft had a passion to serve his country, being inspired by the service of his father, James W. Allcroft, Sr., a corporal in the Marines in World War I, and by the service of his older brother, James W. Allcroft, Jr., a tech sergeant in the Army Air Corps in World War II. And whereas his passion to serve his country is further witnessed in his high school yearbook, which states Roger's ambition is to enlist in the Army Air Corps, and promptly after graduation enlisted in the Navy as he was only 17 years old. And after training was entered into the Marine Air Corps, where he distinguished himself, rising to the rank of first lieutenant, serving in the prestigious Marine fighting group, the Whistling Devil Squadron, VFM-451. And whereas Roger DeWitt Allcroft greatly admired his big brother, James, and wanted to serve with him in the Pacific Theater, and he was able to get a transfer to do so. And on June 22nd, 1945, Roger DeWitt Allcroft perished while in a squadron of 4 American Corsair planes that became engaged in aerial combat with as many as 15 Japanese fighter pilots, where, according to his commander, Roger was always very prompt to carry out any orders in a willing and thoughtful manner, and with a fine spirit. I never saw him angry the entire time I knew him. He had a magnificent fighting spirit, and it was undoubtedly his valiant and utter abandonment of caution that cost him his life. And whereas on June 23, 1946, Roger DeWitt Allcroft was declared killed in action in Ryukyu Islands area of the Pacific Ocean, and name inscribed with other lost war heroes as the Roll of the Missing. Court 2 at the Honolulu National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific. And whereas First Lieutenant Roger DeWitt Allcroft earned numbers of military honors. These include the Distinguished Flying Cross, the Air Medal with gold stars, the Purple Heart, and others. Whereas, with the passage of time, recollection of Roger DeWitt Allcroft's supreme sacrifice faded from local memories and from after the family moved from Kenilworth and so many years ago. Whereas the Borough of Kenilworth wishes to forever memorialize his patriotic and valiant service to defending democracy by mounting a commemorative street sign marker on Bloomingdale Avenue, as done for other Kenilworth servicemen killed in action in World War II, including Thomas F. Allen, August F. Ballman, Jr., Vito William Breezy, George A. Cliff, David Chicky Coppola, Frederick J. Kraft, Walter Bud I. Irving, Alfred P. Losell, Edward A. Myers, Alfred Ricken Jr., Edward Rusniak, Thomas A. Shalable, and William A. Smith. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Mayor Linda Karlovich, do declare Veterans Day, Wednesday, November 11, 2020, as First Lieutenant Roger DeWitt Allcroft Day throughout the Borough of Kenilworth, and that a suitable number of copies of this proclamation be presented to the representatives of the Allcroft family at the tribute honoring First Lieutenant Roger DeWitt Allcroft at the Veterans Day ceremony to be conducted at the Kenilworth Veterans Center on Veterans Day. In testimony whereof, I hereunto sign my name officially and cause the seal of the Borough of Kenilworth to be fixed this 4th day of November, 2020. Congratulations. Someone, right. Okay, my second proclamation is for honoring Veterans Day. Whereas the 11th of November, 1918 marked the cessation of the most destructive, gruesome, and far-reaching war in human histories, and the resumption by the people of the United States of peaceful relations with other nations, which we hope may never again be severed. And whereas on October 8, 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower issued the first Veterans Day proclamation, which stated, "In order to ensure proper and widespread observance of this anniversary, all veterans, and organizations in the entire citizenry will wish to join hands in the common purpose, and whereas Veterans Day continues to be observed on November 11th, regardless of what day of the week on which it falls, the restoration of the observance of Veterans Day to November 11th not only preserves the historical significance of the date, but helps focus attention on the important purpose of Veterans Day, a celebration to honor America's veterans for their patriotism, love, and country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for the common good. As we carry on the struggle for liberty and universal human rights, let us draw strength from a moment when free nations bent back the forces of oppression and gave new hope to the world. Now therefore, on behalf of the Borough Council, I, Linda Karlovich, Mayor of the Borough of Kenilworth, encourage all Americans to recognize the valor and sacrifice of all veterans through public ceremonies and private prayers, not just on Veterans Day, but every day. In testimony whereof, I hereunto sign my name officially and cause the seal of the Borough of Kenilworth to be fixed on the 4th day of November 2020.
Mayor, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking that time. It's very noteworthy that you did this for us, and we appreciate it very, very much.
Thank you.
Will we have the honor of your presence that day?
Councilman DeMondo will come that day.
Okay. All right, because, now, is he going to bring additional copies for the family? Because we have about 30 family members coming for all call. All right?
Yep, we will take care of that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's take each other around. Mayor, you stand in front.
Okay, thank you.
No, that's... Can you take one more so I can put it on? Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay. I would like a motion to open the floor to the public.
Motion. Second.
Motion made by Councilman David, seconded by Councilman DeMondo. All in favor? Does anyone have anything to say for the good and welfare of Kenilworth? Please come forward and state your name and address. Okay, seeing no one, I'd like a motion to close the floor for public discussion. Okay. Does anyone else have anything to say for the good and welfare of the borough? Okay, if there's nothing, yes?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, just going to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and enjoy the day and be safe out there.
And I just want to say thank you for your service, gentlemen. Really, it's appreciated.
Okay, if there's nothing else to be brought before the council, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion made by Councilwoman Cesari, seconded by Councilman Demondo. All in favor?
Aye.